guys, we're gonna go ahead and unbox. All right, so we have 3 jars with lids on them. All right, we have a set of gloves. I'll set them off to the side. This one is glue. And this one is stain. And you also have an empty cup. That one we're gonna put some water in. And then you should have 2 sponges. There will be 2 of these little guys. And we have 3 of these guys. I'm gonna go over here by the jars. All right, so then we have our fabric. So we have red, this really pretty white, and our green. So we've got our Christmas colors there. And then you should have 6 of the filling. You'll have 3 pieces of yarn, 2 of the white, and it has that gold in there. 4 stir sticks, hot cocoa bar, and then 2 snowflakes. And then you should have 2 pieces of wood that have the flat edge, the long ones. And then 1 piece that does not have a flat edge. And then 2 side pieces. For the next part, we're going to go ahead and grab our fabric pieces, our filling, and our string. And 1 of the needles, wooden needles. All right, so your pieces should line up perfectly here. For this particular pattern, there is a front. You will see the deer are the right side, and then on the back side, they are actually upside down. This is probably the hardest part of this entire project right now. So a couple things that will help you here is grabbing some tape and a pair of scissors. Scotch tape, packing tape, probably Scotch tape is what I would recommend, but I'm in my shop and I don't, funny as it may sound, I don't have Scotch tape out here. So I just have a piece of packing tape that I cut off, and I'm gonna go, you don't have to go right on the edge. Just leave a little bit of space. And then we'll just kind of twist it on there little ways. You don't have to go the whole length. And then, hope you can see this okay. I'm gonna cut off the tape after I've went around a couple times. And then I'm gonna cut, so this is where my piece of tape is. I'm gonna cut like in the middle somewhere. That is just making it easier because it is yarn to go through here. So then we're gonna put it through and tie a double knot. I'm gonna start in this corner and I'm gonna work my way this way and go around. So again, for the beginning, I'm gonna go leave a little bit of excess there. You just wanna make sure that it doesn't pull through. All right. So then we'll just weave back and forth. So do like 3 at a time. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and speed it up until I'm about halfway through, and then we'll put the filler in. All right, so I did a couple, I don't know how many did I do, 1, 2, 3. I did 3 on this final side, just so that it would hold these in place. I'm gonna try to keep our corners together. Just try to get your corners, keep them together, and then hold them there. And then same thing, we'll take these 2 corners and then push them up in here. All right, so then we'll go ahead and finish this side. All right, so I'm to the end here. And I just want to make sure that my fabric isn't bunched, and it kind of feels like it is. So I'm going to try to smooth that out there so it's right in the corner. There. It was folded over. That's what happened. So just trying to make sure it's in the corner, and now it is. So I'll do my last little stitch here. Make sure I give you guys more yarn than what I gave myself here. All right, here we go. So I'm just gonna tie it. Again, look at my corners, make sure it's not bunching anywhere. And I'm just gonna triple knot it, just like that. And then I'll cut my pieces, my ends off. And if you do have any, I mean, you will get some of that fraying, just because that's how the fabric is, and we didn't actually, you know, sew it. You can cut it off if you want, or you can, you know, really show that off and make all the, you could go on the sides and make them all fray like that, but that is totally up to you. I'm just gonna trim it up a little bit, and there we go. Now we're gonna go ahead and do the red. So for the red, we have 2, I want to make sure they're lined up again, but you want to make sure this side, the outside is more of a texture and the inside is not textured. So you want to make sure that textured edge is on the outside, okay? So now we're gonna get our white string with the gold. Again, you can use that tape method. If you need to. All right. All right, I'm to the end of the red tree, and I'm going to go ahead and put my last stitch through that first one, and then we're gonna tie it there, okay? So you can either cut or untie this. I like to untie things. I don't know why. So I'm gonna untie. I just like the challenge. All right, so don't pull it tight yet. We wanna make sure our corners are, everything looks good. Not even it out. Make sure all my corners are in the corners. All right, so now I'll go ahead and tie that, and we're gonna triple knot. Okay. Cut off the excess. As close as you want, but all right, there's that one. All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and start staining our pieces here. So this is our box. These are pieces for our box. And then these are the sticks for the trees, and these are the holders for the trees. So we're gonna stain all of these, all right? So in your extra little cup, you want to fill that up with about halfway with water. And then we'll go ahead and take the lid off of your stain. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our sponge. I did just use this, so that's why it looks like that. But yours should look like this to start with. But you're gonna put a little bit of water on that sponge. So dip it in that water, kind of wring it out. And we're gonna get a little bit of stain. And then I'm gonna use the lid for the stain and just kind of dab off a little bit. You may need to mix your stain up just a little. And this is also the part where you can wear your gloves if you want to. That's why I included them for this staining part. The stain is not your typical stain. It is a non-toxic, so you can have it in your house. It doesn't smell, as you probably have noticed. So it's not gonna hurt anything, but just if you don't wanna get too messy. So we're just gonna stain the pieces here. So again, a little bit of water, bring it out. We just want that to be wet, and then a little bit of stain. We don't want too much. Any excess you can dip on the lid there. We're just gonna go over the front side of the sticks to start with, okay? Man, it is windy here today when I'm recording this. Probably can hear it. All right, so then we're gonna do the same thing. Just gonna cover all the surfaces, okay? These dry pretty quick, so that is really nice. All right, so Then we're gonna move on to our box pieces. And then I'm just gonna go same technique, water, a little bit of stain. And we're just gonna rub it on. I like to go with the grain of the wood. Doesn't matter which one you do first or which side. We are gonna stain both sides, so it'll dry pretty quick, so we'll be able to come back through. And it's, after the first coat dries, you can decide if you want to do a second coat or not. It will just make it darker. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish the first coat on all of these, and then I'm gonna let it dry and go back and do the other sides, okay? All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and move these aside and let everything dry. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and grab my jars and our 3 pieces of, it's called a wired garland, is actually what it's called. So that's what we'll go with. We'll call it our red beads. Red berries, how about that? I'm gonna take the lids off here. And we're gonna take our red berries and we're just gonna wrap it around. And then I'm just gonna twist it on. And that is it. I just want it to be low enough so that I can still put the lid on. Okay, so we'll do the other 2 the same way. I like to just kind of leave a little bit on the side there. Make sure our lid can still go on. Perfect. Thing on this one, just gonna wrap it. Right. We will move on to our next step when we're going to grab our trees and assemble them. We need our 3 sticks, our bases, and of course, our trees. So what you're going to do, you're gonna find the middle, and we're just gonna try. And what I'm trying to do is get it between the 2 pieces of filler. We're gonna pull it apart and then, I think they are. Yeah. Ooh, hear that wind, guys? Crazy. All right. And then we will just fit right into there. And there you have it. If you wanted to, you could put a little dab of glue in this part before you put it in. That would just help it to be a little bit more permanent. I'm just gonna go ahead and do that actually, so you can see what I mean. So I'm gonna grab my glue and then we'll just use this little corner here. If you wanted to get a toothpick or something, that would work too. We'll just put a little bit of glue in there. I just wiped that off a little bit. Set it in there. Make sure there aren't any spots of glue that come out. Just make sure it's the way you want it. And we'll do the other ones. I'm gonna let it dry standing up. So this is what it looks like, but I'm gonna have it dry standing up. So first we wanna find our middle. Gonna have to move it back and forth a little bit. There we go. Okay. And then I'm gonna do this one. Same thing, find our middle. Gonna peel the layers back. Let's see. You can kind of pull them apart. And I'm taking taking it all the way to the corner. But you wouldn't have to. If you wanted it to stand a little bit taller, that's fine too. All right, so then we'll get our glue again. I have a paper towel here. I'm just gonna wipe off the top on both. All right. Standing up straight. And same thing. All right, we'll let them dry and we'll move on to our box assembly. This is our bottom piece, side piece, and my two ends are here. Okay, so we're gonna start with an end piece and our bottom piece, and we're going to connect them like this, and you're just going to press them together. Okay. And we're gonna do the same thing on this side. All right, so then we're gonna grab one of the side pieces, and it just slides in like that. And you'll push it all the way down. And same thing on this side. Around here, so it's not upside down for you. And you kind of want it to be about the same. If you have it off like that, it's not gonna go down the right way. So push down a little bit on the right and then a little bit on the left. And then you should be able to just kind of slide them together. And go all the way down. Add glue. Would take off this piece. And I'm gonna put a little bit of glue here and a little bit of glue here. I'm gonna grab my glue and I'm just gonna use that corner. We're gonna, same thing, slide that back on there. So then what you want to do right away is check for any glue that came out of that corner piece, okay? And you want to wipe it off. So I have a paper towel and you can see that glue there and there. I'm just gonna wipe it off. Okay. And then check the other corner. Okay. And then we'll glue the other side too, just to make it even. Alright, so I have that down and we'll check. I have a little bit of glue here, so I'm gonna wipe that off. And then I'm also gonna check the inside. I did notice there is a little bit on the inside there, so I'm gonna wipe that off too. Alright, so we're gonna let that dry, and then we have one more step. Our last step is picking which side you want to be the front, and we're gonna put our letters on. So we have hot cocoa bar. So a couple different ways that you can do this. Is have it in a line like so, and you could put your snowflakes like that. You could put them both on the top, put them both on the bottom, or you could line it up like this, kind of go like that. Whatever you, however you want to do it, it's totally up to you. You don't want to put the letters on, you don't have to. I'm gonna put it this way. So you're probably thinking, why are the letters brown? They're not, they're white. They just have a masking on them right now. So on the back side, we're gonna peel this off. It's it's peel and stick, okay? So you're gonna peel it off and it's gonna be sticky. So once you decide where you want your letters, then we'll peel the back off and we'll stick them on. You can't really move them around after you put them on. So you need to decide exactly where you want them. And I think I'm gonna go that way. This font is pretty forgiving, so you don't need to get a ruler out or anything like that unless you want to. But I am actually gonna start, I think, with the middle one. What do you think? Does that look all right? Go up just a smidge. All right, so I'm gonna start with the middle piece. So I'm just peeling this off. It's like them command hooks, same thing. Strong stuff. All right, so it's sticky. Try not to touch it. If you kind of just set it really lightly, don't like press down on it, just put like so I kind of have the top part raised up. Sorry, I have stain on my hands. That's why you wear gloves. So anyways, what I was saying is you can just kind of put the bottom piece on and then just kind of slowly lay it down. I have found that, you know, if I'm like, oh, I don't like that, I can kind of lift up and move it around as long as I just really lightly push it down. Or don't push it down, sorry, just really lightly set it down. All right, so I think I like that there. I don't. Okay, so then I'm gonna do bar. So same thing, peeling off the back. I'm just gonna set it there and then peel off this one. If you are measuring, one thing I like to do when I'm making signs, so what would you measure from here? So I would try to line up the A and the A. So like this distance, the distance from here to here and here to here, and make sure they're the same. And then O and O, and then this O. So, you know, if this one is 1.5 inches and this one's 1 3/4 inches, you know that your word is going the wrong way. So that's just a little tip if you do want to measure. That is how you can do that. All right, so I haven't pushed it down yet, so if I'm not 100% committed, I could probably move it, but I think I'm gonna leave it. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the snowflakes. This backing probably won't come off quite as easy. Not too bad. All right, so then once you know exactly where you want it, and we're not gonna move anything, you can kind of press down on it and then we'll peel the top off. I'm just taking a look here to make sure it's where I want it. Shouldn't have moved it, guys. All right, we're going for it. Okay, and press down. It's permanent. You could probably get it off if you really tried really hard, but now we're just gonna peel that top layer off. So if you don't want to use your nails, you could get a paper clip, sorry, and go right along the edge, like find an edge, and then just kind of push on it with that. You could probably use these actually. If you still have that, yeah. Like I'm just making this up. So yeah. You can just, if you still have this, you can use that and kind of peel it up if you don't want to use your nails, or you have nice nails, or you don't have nails, whatever the reason is. You don't really even need a reason. So I'm just gonna peel that off. Isn't that so pretty? I don't know why I always, just for some reason, I start on this. If there's a little curl or something, I like to start on that. I just think it's easier to peel off. Okay. And then we'll do our last snowflake. Almost done. And there we have it. So, as you've probably noticed, like, what are we doing with these jars? So here's your box, cute little box there. And then you can put your jars inside. Perfect little fit. And we've also, I included 4 stir sticks for you. So if you, for the holidays, Christmas, if you're hosting or you have to take something, what a cute little idea. You could put, you know, marshmallows, candy canes, and have some stir sticks in there. Cute little activity for kids too. So yeah, or whatever else. What do you put in hot cocoa, hot chocolate? What do you call it? Hot chocolate or hot cocoa? I thought for the sign, cocoa was a lot. Or for the box, I liked cocoa better. But I guess I probably have always called it hot chocolate. What else would you put in there? Peppermints? I think that's one. Yeah, I should ask that on like Instagram, huh? All right, well, that is it, guys. Let's go back over this. This might be kind of hard, but so we got our hot cocoa bar, some stir sticks, and our trees. That is a fun project. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I can't wait till next time. We'll see you in January.